Here's America's pastime. It's the Tampa Bay Rays against the Detroit Tigers. It's all up next on 2K Sports.
Este está vendido. Solo este que no está. El único que está vendido es este. El blanco. ¿Cuánto? 120. Ese 4. ¿Qué buscas? Más o menos.
Un móvil grandecico que tenga de todo. Y que esté bien de precio y de todo.
Lo mejor. Como ese es un poco caro. Pero Nokia. Cada vez más grande, cada vez pagas más.
Bueno, un estilo como este, así el 59, este también tiene WhatsApp y todo eso, ¿no?
Eso es de segunda.
Pero no, habían 3 que no hacían nada.
Mucha gente aquí, Y zárate a todos aquí. Calendario. ¿Qué tal?
Cuando me dejas bien.
¿Eh?
Me dejas mejor. Porque no me adquirí este vestido. Se pone malo que sí. Es donde te está
¿Por qué le
mira,
dices eso?
mira. Qué pesado. No me dejas mejor que yo. No te metes con nadie, estás aquí tranquilito. ¿Es de lucha libre esto?
No, béisbol.
¿Será que entrega mejor él o el tonto ese que viene siempre?
No entiendo.
El claro. Porque es de que fregan los cristales y no sé. ¿Sabes quién te digo?
It's the Subway Series. Mets baseball as New York goes up against the New York Yankees. And it's on 2K Sports.
A ver si me deja jugar.
Clásico.
¿Estaba abierto? ¿Será desde antes? ¿Eh? Con las frutas y los está abierto. A la burbuja. ¿Dónde juegas con los nenes?
Don't have to say much more than Mets and Yankees. That's the game we've got for you from Yankee Stadium. Offense, defense, you better believe it. And the long ball, too. Mike Teixeira on stage today. I'm Gary Thornton, along with Steve Phillips and John Kruk as we get ready for MLB on 2K Sports. Now the Yankees starting pitcher. Steve, as he faces this Mets lineup today, what do you think his thoughts are?
A pretty even matchup right here. Quality right hander against a quality lineup. Off the top, you say good pitching beats good hitting. We'll see if that prevails in this one.
This is the lineup we'll see for the Mets. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
Well, David Wright, year in and year out, just finds a way to put up big numbers. Even when the team he's on struggles offensively, you can count on David Wright to be in that 90 to 110 RBI range. He's going to hit home runs for you. He likes to hit the ball the other way, which makes him so difficult to pitch to. And he can also hit for that high average.
And Young's in the box. That's taking a loss in their last outing. It's the Yankees.
Number 22, Eric Young.
He delivers. Drives him out with a changeup for a strike. So you take a look back here. They gave away losing 1 run in the game.
And 1 run's just not going to get it done on most days.
Doesn't get the call on the slider. 1-1.
I'm going to try to make some contact in this ball game today because he swung and missed a little bit too much, striking out twice in his last game.
The 1-1. Good looking fastball. Called the ball though. 2-1. 250 average last year. 1 for 4 against the Yankees. The 2-1 pitch. Line towards first. And Teixeira makes the catch. So look at how the Yankees will match up defensively. Any picks, John?
Well, Ichiro Suzuki. And look, outfielders aren't known for their great arms anymore. They're more about offensive players, so they just stick out there. Ichiro Suzuki's a different animal. This guy keeps runners from going first to third with that cannon-like arm. And the most exciting play in baseball, the sacrifice fly, if he catches it in right field, pretty good chance there's going to be a play at the plate.
And in the batter's box, it's Murphy.
Well, this interleague.
There's a ground ball. Played by Headley. And that'll set down Murphy. In the series, Yankees give away 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium, 2 out of 3 at Shea a few weeks later.
And all 4 of those Yankees wins were comfortable, but the Mets' 2 victories were by 1 run. In the final game of the series, they came back against Mariano Rivera in the 9th inning to snap a 7-game Yankees winning streak.
Puts him out with a slider for a strike.
When you look at Encarnacion's numbers, in the last few games, he's picked up just 1 hit in his last 11.
He just hasn't been able to get it going these last 3 games.
And that's a strike. Encarnacion's going to have to take a defensive position here.
I see the bit over Max last game out, striking out 3 times in that one, so he's hoping to make a little more contact here.
Hit up the middle. Yeah, it's through, and that'll go as the game's first hit. Have a look at the stats that have tallied the most Ks, courtesy of State Farm. The Angels, number 1. Royals, second. Third spot, the Rangers. Yankees, 4th. And the Mariners, 5th.
Well, anytime you're facing a team that is one of the league leaders in strikeouts for the whole entire pitching staff, you know as an offensive player, you better start the bat early because most of these guys can bring it. But the thing is, too, you know you can't get behind the count. You know with 2 strikes that they can put you away, put so much pressure on you to get a base hit or put the ball in play before you get 2 strikes. Because if you wait that long, you're done.
And the check by Teixeira watching that lead. Granderson watches it for a strike. Lifetime 289 off the Yankees. And he looks at a slider in there, and it's 1-2 now.
Good late break, hard break on that breaking pitch. Outstanding effort.
Here it comes. And Curtis Granderson strikes out. He could not make contact. No runs at a base hit. They leave 1 man on at first. And the Yankees getting ready to start this one off.
Batting for the New York Yankees.
Bartolo Colon gets ready to throw.
Number 22.
He's going to start for New York. Steve, what do you think his strategy is going to be against this Yankees lineup?
Well, nothing like an old familiar face on the hill, Bartolo Colon. We've seen him for a long time. A fireball that has never reinvent himself, commanding his secondary stuff. His off-speed pitch is more important for the New York Yankees.
Let's take a look at the Yankees offense. John, who do we keep an eye on?
Not a lot of switch hitters can bat in the middle of the order, but Carlos Beltran is one of them. Such a such a manager's delight to have a switch hitter that can hit third or fourth in your lineup. Makes it so difficult for the opposing manager to mix and match. The fact that he's a great hitter and the fact that he's a great outfielder doesn't hurt either.
Got a chance to check out the Mets. This is how they position themselves defensively. Particular standouts here, John?
Well, you need great legs to run down balls in the outfield, and Curtis Granderson is one of the best at him that does it. He positions himself well, he has pretty good instincts, and even when he does make a mistake as far as judgment goes, he has the speed to outrun the mistake.
That one drilled to short. And Gardner retired. That's the second out.
No stretch by exit look easy, but there's nothing easy about that. Those hard line drives often are like knuckleballs coming at him, but he made the play.
And it's Brian McCann in the box now. In the top 10 in hits. Joe's bunt didn't offer. It's a strike anyway. 0-1. Brian McCann isn't fooled by that one. The count is even.
Well, he's getting the job done this year, no question about it. Such production, so consistent.
Outside for a ball, and it's 2-1.
It's been an uncharacteristic slide of late for him. Really struggling. Just 2 for his last 13. A tough 3-game stretch for him. You just don't see him swing the bat like that very often. He's a little passive.
Called strike inside part of the plate, even at 2. Strike 3 swung on by Brian McCann, and he is gone. And so Bartolo.
The bat for the New York Mets.
You take a look inside Yankee Stadium. A little cold here in the Bronx for this one. Nevertheless, a great night for baseball. Bundle up. And it's David Wright at the plate. Here's the pitch. Watches a fastball that's in there. 0-1. On the way. And he leaves that one alone. Right, patience, evens the count.
Well, and that'll saw his batting too if he swings at that one.
One-one pitch, a sinker taken for a strike. 1-2.
That's textbook use of the sinker. Down and away, pounding the strike zone. Good pitch.
1-2 pitch coming. And David Wright misses. That is strike 3.
2 strikes. The hitter wanted the fastball. He got it, but didn't do anything with it.
And a look at this Thursday. We'll see Hanley Ramirez and the Los Angeles Dodgers. They take on the Rockies at Coors Field. It's set to get underway at 8:30 Eastern. Fouled away. Strike 2. Second pitch waves at the fastball. And suddenly it's strike 2.
Well, that pitch right there, he just blew it right by the hitter. Swung late.
Swing and a chopper to the second baseman. Played by Roberts. In time for the New York Mets. We go now to a list of pitching stats who have been stellar the last 10 days. State Farm, our leaderboard. Number 1, the Yankees. The Angels in second. The Rays third. The A's fourth. And number 5, the Indians rounded out.
We take a look at these low ERAs, and I think it really points to the fact they have depth in their pitching staff. The starting pitching and the bullpen have been getting the job done, really limiting the opposition. Takes so much pressure off the offense.
Ball! Curveball just misses. 1-0. On the way. That one swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. And there's Suzuki for the third out. Not a lot of action in this half inning. Nothing on. Nothing doing for either side offensively here in New York.
for the New York Yankees.
And it's Mark Teixeira now. He'll lead
Number
it off.
25.
Finally getting things done. Played 5 pitches last day.
And the manager has to be tickled to death to have a guy that's always on base for the guys behind him.
Swinging a ball pop foul down the right field line.
Oh!
Sheriff fouling off another one. Swing and a miss on the slider line.
For the New York Yankees.
I helped him right there with 2 strikes. He gets
Number
the slider,
14.
but he changes it out of the zone for strike 3.
The team Prado's batting with 1 away.
Well, last year the Mets had a hard time getting anything going for an extended period of time. But one area of success, they did have 43 wins on the road in 2011.
Estás enganchado ahí con la S. Tienes que hacer F7. Dale F7. Uff, madre mía. Dale llamar al servicio de carretera. Entrar. Sí.
Madre mía. El porrazo que me pegó. Estoy seguro que es en la vida.
Second best in the National League East.
0-1 count as that started off with a strike. You take a look at the Mets' success on the road. Comes down to the offense. Trying to translate those numbers into runs, Steve.
Oh, that's right, Gary. They did not pitch very well on the road, but they did have the second best team batting average on the road last year, and the offense picked up the pitchers when they needed to.
Swung on and missed. That is strike 3. Martin Prado is gone.
Number 36.
Well, this is where you want to go with 2 strikes on the hitter. You want to go down out of the zone. He swings through it, couldn't make contact with that.
And it's Carlos Beltran now. Last year, 1 for 3 off Cologne. Swing and a miss on a ball off the inner edge. 0-2.
Well, that's just one of those the pitcher says, here it comes, try to hit it. Fastball hitter, he wanted that pitch, he just did.
A swing and a miss, strike 3, but a chance at first. He's out at first base.
That's a great play, Gary. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, does it.
The plate for the New York Mets.
And if you are just coming on board, Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, John Clark, as we bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. And in the batter's box, it's DeArnaz. He'll get things going here in the 3rd. We are in the top half of the 3rd inning, and it is a 1-0 count.
That's a good spot to miss with that thing, just off the corner.
Here's the 1-0. Sinker waved at and missed. 1-1.
But the last thing you want to do as a hitter is to swing for the fences on a good sinker. That's what he did, and he came up empty.
Ground ball to short. Played by Headley.
He's out
And
of
his
play.
throws in time. First out of the inning.
Right fielder.
Let's take a look for the National League. Let's see what the Mets rank right now. First in ERA, second in walks. And they also show up in the top 5 in on-base percentage. That will go a long way to their ability to score runs. The more runners you get on, the more chances you have to score runs.
You're out of the play.
First, he's retired. That's 2 down.
Left fielder.
And
Number 20.
Young's in the box.
Young.
Frequently walked. He's the most walked hitter in this division. And here's the first one. Lined up the middle. And Young's got himself a single. And that'll bring Daniel Murphy to the plate.
Well, great patience at the plate. He's the guy that always seems to find a way to get on base and be in the middle of this offense.
He's got the best average in the division.
Keep an eye on Young because they know he can steal here.
Teixeira over there will have to stay tight on him.
For the New York
So
Yankees.
Brian Roberts leads it off.
Number 15.
Hitting 250 lifetime against Bartolo Colon. Here's a swing and a ball into the air. Deep right field, way back there. You're not going to see that one again. And the Yankees are on the board. The first run of the ball game. You'll have to get that on the big fly ball. 1-0 lead.
Number 31.
strike one. And the home run there, Steve, the pitcher's going to have to be very careful now.
Well, that's right. Damage control is critical. You don't want this inning to get out of control.
Strike two! That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Time for Ichiro to protect a bit.
Well, it looked like he was fooled. He wasn't ready for that sinker.
Foul! Suzuki, he'll make contact and will foul that pitch away. Hello with the delivery. Tries to ring him up with the fastball away, but it's 1-2.
Well, you watch how the hitter reacted to that. He had thoughts about chasing that pitch, but at the last second decided to lay off of it.
You're out! Swing and a miss. Strike three on Ichiro.
Usually a ball pitcher with a sinker ball in his repertoire, but today getting the strikeouts, his fifth punch out on the sinker.
No, with one down, it'll be Chase Headley.
Chase Headley unable to match as many break.
Hit up the middle.
Oh no.
And they'll bring up Jacoby Ellsbury. And for Headley, seemingly he's got to show some power if he's going to be one of those reliable middle of the order guys.
And if he does start showing some power with the speed that he has, he can be a real impact player in the middle of the lineup for his team.
Rounded out his last time through. Strike one! Big cut at that one, and he missed it. One strike.
This is showing that he can pitch inside, and you have to do that in the big leagues to be successful.
Up the middle. And that'll put Ellsbury on first. Opportunity for offenses right now.
Left fielder.
Very likely now that 0-1 pitch will get blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steve, it looked like he might have been guessing down there.
I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. You got to pitch over behind the plate and take advantage of it.
And they score.
Third base. The second baseman's able to field the ball, but probably didn't think he could get him at the plate, so he get an RBI.
And Brian McKenna. He's got the second most homers in the ballpark. So they bring across 2 runs, the first 2 runs of the game here in the 3rd inning, figuring out that pitching. The Yankees are in front, 2-0.
Coming back. For the New York
And for those of you catching up with us, hi, I'm Gary Thorne, along with John Clark and Steve Phillips, bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. And it's Edwin Encarnacion now, and a base hit his last time up. First pitch on the way.
Eso cuando llegue al 9.
Swings at that fastball and misses.
They're in the 4th inning right now, and it's starting to flip the lineup over again. So they've only got 2 hits, so they're going to have to really evaluate what they should be looking for at the plate, and maybe they need to be a little bit more, but they shouldn't make them work.
Hit in the air to left center. Gardner will field. And he gets over to take care of it. Here's a little standings in the Eastern Division races. Mays will hand you down. Brought to you by State Farm. First place, the Mets. In second place, it's the Braves. Nationals in 3rd. In the 4th spot, it's the Marlins. And for the Phillies, they are in the last spot.
Now, talk about getting the start off to a season that you really wanted and that you needed. For a team without great expectations, this early start could really build confidence for them.
Well, working on the 0-1 count now.
For a long time, the knock on Curtis Granderson was he struggles against lefties. Is he an everyday player or just a platoon guy? Well, 2011, he changed his approach at the plate. He hit lefties as well as righties.
Now the 1-1 pitch. And he looks at a sinker in there, and it's 1-2 now. We were talking about Granderson against lefties. Really, it's inexplicable how you do this. He actually hit better against left-handers last year than against righties, completely contrary to his career.
You're out. He's really worked hard. He's put a lot of effort into improving his swing, improving that path of the bat, and keeping the left-hander staying in there going the other way. And that hard work paid off.
2 outs and in the box, David Wright. In the top 10 in walks, not a bad list. Wright fouls it away. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. David Wright going to have to take a defensive stance here.
Look, over this club, I mean, they need to be patient, and he is the guy that sets the tone. He works the count.
A fly ball. Gardner will field. And that's out number 3. Nobody left on base. No runs or hits here in this half inning. Mets can't get the offense going.
Coming to bat for the New York Yankees.
Mark Teixeira now. The leading the league in home run.
Mark Teixeira.
The pitch. Sinker swung on, missed, 0-1.
Such a consistent, productive, professional hitter. You know, one of their best bats in the lineup, Gary.
Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Teixeira now will cut that swing down.
They're contributing offensively in the last game with a couple of RBIs. See if we can't do it again today.
Strike 3. Mark Teixeira didn't get a hack at that one and sets him down.
Good great confidence right there in his stuff. He wasted a pitch right there, but he figured, why worry?
It's a great job of finishing off the batter in a hurry. Never got a chance to see much. And it's Martin Brown.
Martin dealt with some injuries in 2011, and that played a role in what would be a down year for him. Unable to match the production he put up in the season prior.
1-0 is a fastball. Runs away, 2-0. For Prado, it's the first time since 2007, John, that he didn't get that average to 300.
Yeah, it's actually a career low for him at 2.
Ground ball with the knee up.
For the New York Yankees.
And on the state round leaderboard, here's a look at the team setting standards for on-base percentage. The Yankees number 1, second the Angels, Tigers third, the Rays fourth, and we've got the Rangers. They are fifth.
If patience is a virtue, this is the most virtuous team in all of baseball.
A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And there's Young for out number 3. And they're unable to make any noise here in this half inning.
Voy a salir un momentito. A ver. jugar.
Ah, pues no se puede.
No, hay que terminar el partido este.
Shortstop in the box. He's at bats. How's he starting him? Let's take a look.
You throw strike one, you get out. You tell pitchers that, but now they get a chance to see it. He's retired 9 batters after going 0-1 in the countout.
That swung on, line towards the gap in left center.
Stepping up to
And
the plate
Gardner brings
for the
it
New York
in.
Mets.
That's one down.
Omar Quintanilla.
And in the batter's box, it's Quintanilla.
37 a 50, ¿no?
Here's the first pitch. Now it's popped up behind home plate. And at first I was going to look playable, but nothing doing. It got away. The pitch. Inside for a ball, evens the count at 1.
Well, offensively, they just have not been able to get anything going with only one runner left on base, so they just need more opportunities and see if they can't capitalize on it.
Strike 2. 1-1 pitch, and he watches that curve for strike 2. And a moment here to see how this pitcher has been mixing up his pitches.
Yeah, the thing about it is he's keeping his team in the game, and aside from a few mistakes he's thrown, he's done a pretty good job of mixing.
Hit on the ground towards second. Roberts picks it up.
You're out. Stepping up to the plate
Gets in the middle
for the New York
field.
Mets.
Here's what the New York has lined up. The series with the Mets concluding tonight. Schedule's open tomorrow. And after that, defending home field, they'll do it against the Red Sox and their star Dustin Pedroia, team they beat in the previous series between the two. Then they stay home for the next series, the Cleveland Indians. Quite a few home games that we're looking to capitalize. And in the batter's box, it's DeArnett. Grounded out his last time up. Takes a swing, but he's too late on that one. Strike 1.
Well, that fastball right there, he just blew it by him.
Here's the pitch. On the ground to short. Played by Headley. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. 7 pitches and it's done. That's how you save your run.
Stepping up to the plate for the New York
Roberts
Yankees.
leads it off. If he's getting balls or strikes here, let's take a
Ryan
look.
Well, working ahead is paying off for him. He's retired 8 hitters in this game after throwing the first pitch strike.
Roberts, he fouled. And goodbye. The Yankees have extended the lead. And another solo home run, extending the lead now to 3.
Well, Yankees continuing to score
for the New York Yankees.
right at the offensive
Right
charge.
fielder, number 31, Suzuki.
Now Suzuki gets set. Swings and grounds this one foul, wide at third. And we talk about how a hit or a home run can be critical at certain points of the ball game. You just saw it.
I really have to wonder how long the manager's going to stick with this pitcher as he's given up the lead.
Swing and a miss, 3 strikes, Ichiro, he is gone.
For the New York Yankees.
You know, sometimes in the back you go 5, 6, 7 pitches as they start to foul off the 0-2 count. I like that he went right at him aggressively, strikes him out on 3 pitches.
Now we'll watch Chase Headley at the plate. Singled and scored his last time around. This one towards Granderson. Didn't have a problem getting over there in
For the New
time.
York Yankees.
The Mets schedule looks like this.
Number
Tonight,
22.
their final game with the Yankees. Tomorrow's off. They'll kick off the series with the Miami Marlins. That is a division rivalry. It's a team they beat pretty soundly the last time around. Then they have yet another venue. The Nationals hosting that one. So they'll be on the road quite a bit over this next stretch. And this at bat already 0-1. First pitch was a strike.
How do you not swing at that pitch? I mean, he throws your fastball right down the middle. You got to be ready when you get your pitch to deliver.
Cologne with the delivery. He got him. So far, 8 strikeouts today. So they pick up a run on the home run and add to their lead. Yankees working with a 3-run lead.
Batting with the New York Mets.
Number 9 spot after played again.
Number 13.
We have seen a great pitching performance on the mound and a tremendous use of that strike zone. A shot up the middle. That looks like a single.
Now
Here are the teams with the
batting
lowest
with the
batting
New York
average
Mets.
against, courtesy of
Left
State
fielder,
Farm.
number
The Yankees,
22.
number 1. Second, the
Aaron
A's. The Red Sox, third. The Angels, fourth. And number 5, the Indians rounded out.
This lineup very tough to hit. The opposition having a tough time centering him on the bat. Good stop and good movement, shutting down the opposition's batting.
First pitch is a slider in there, 0-1.
Gary, he's not felt any pressure out there on the mound. The defense has not felt that much pressure either. But only one runner left on base, and we're moving to the middle part of this ball game, so they're doing a nice job shutting down this offense.
Here's the pitch. Young, a ground ball.
Now
Here's a
batting
great chance
with
for
the
the
New
Mets.
York Designated
That
hitter,
pitch down and away is the
number
toughest to hit.
Daniel Murphy.
Perfect pitch from the pitcher. Great piece of hitting.
Keep that in mind next time around. We'll see whether or not he changes up on how he throws to this guy. And in the batter's box, it's Murphy, in the National League, top 5 in hits. Now the first pitch. Fastball is in there. It's 0-1. Daniel Murphy not fooled by the pitch, and the count is even.
I don't know if you got a chance to see his last ball game, but he picked up 2 hits in that one, swung the bat well.
There's a swing, line drive, center field, and that is in there. The tying run is on base, and he scores.
Now batting with the New York
One
Mets.
run already across the
First base.
board and nobody out. This has the potential of being a really big inning. Let's see if they can string some hits together.
And it's Edwin Encarnacion now. Offensively, the opportunity to pull it a little bit closer, and right now that offense looks as though they've got the ability to do that.
Gary, you look at pieces of clutch hitting. Well, that's what we just saw right there. I mean, they're still down. They've got to get some more at-bats like that, but that was a clutch at-bat.
Didn't pull the trigger in time. He's behind 0-2. And Stevie getting to that point now after a hit like that where you've eliminated any margin for error.
Well, that's right. This pitcher's going to have to buckle down now, or he could end up losing this lead, so let's see what he does.
And he's got it. The second, there's one. The shot. Here's a look at standings in the Eastern Division races. Mays winding down. Brought to you by State Farm. In first place, it's the Yankees. It's the Rays in second. Red Sox in third. Orioles fourth. And it's the Blue Jays last.
They came into the season with great expectations, as they typically do in New York. Sometimes things let down. Not this year. Yankees playing Yankee baseball, sitting on top and making their fans very happy.
Swing and a miss by Granderson. That will knock that count up. Last season, a .262 number against the Yankees in games here in New York. The pitch, hot shot towards the hole. He's out at first base. Nice play on the cover.
That's a well-executed play right there, Gary. He hustled over, got to first base, touched the bag.
Thought he might have had a strikeout there, but he's involved in the out anyway. They pick up 1 on 3 hits, strand a man. The Mets cut the deficit and get some much-needed run support.
For the New York Yankees.
Gardner at the plate.
Cologne has just been solid, real solid so far. Giving his team a chance.
Now, one of the keys to a successful day on the mound, can you generate strikes going outside the strike zone? Here's a look at what we've seen today.
Well, that's been a really nice job on the mound for him so far. Getting a lot of strikeouts because he's getting pitches on the edges of the plate, and the hitters just can't seem to catch up.
Well, the great thing about watching his performance today is, yes, he's getting a lot of outs on his out pitches, but it's the pitches that set up that pitch beforehand that has made him successful today.
The 1-2 pitch. He got him. That's 9 Ks now.
For the New York Yankees.
I helped him right there with 2 strikes. He gets the slider, but he chases it on his own for strike 3.
And it's Brian McCann in the box now.
Well, Brian McCann missed some time with injuries in 2011, but when he's in that lineup, he is the reason why he's one of the best catchers in all of baseball.
For McCann, 24 homers, 270 average, 71 RBIs. Indeed, one of the great catchers right now that maybe the game's ever seen.
Well, you consider those offensive numbers and taking a beating behind the plate all season long to be a run-proof
liner towards the hole.
And now let's take a look at Brian McCann and how he's staying in the rankings right now. 6th in hits, 8th in batting average, and he also delivers in the clutch, driving in runs in the top 10 in RBIs in the league. He can do it all.
A great electrifying batter look for the long ball. And the first pitch was a strike, got him at 0-1 right now. Here it comes. Strike 2. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Teixeira now will cut that swing down.
He's thinking away at the plate. He's thinking he's going to go to the outside corner. Instead, he delivers the sinker down and in and completely fools him.
Oh! Oh, and here's McCann stealing. And they got him. Alone with the delivery. Got him. Strikeout number 10 today. No runs, 1 hit, and no one left on base. Yankees 3, the Mets 1.
Now up to the plate.
Leadoff hitter David Wright. Of course, as a pitcher, you got to keep your eye on which pitches are effective on any given day and which ones aren't. Here's a look at which pitches he's thrown that have generated hits.
This guy's 4-seamer's been hit 4 times over the course of this one.
You know, it's a bit concerning how he's been hit when he's gone to that pitch, but you can't be too disappointed with how he's come out and pitched in this one. He's definitely given his team a chance to win.
Prado. 1 down.
Up to the plate.
The lineup has been pounding the ball over the last 10 games, courtesy of State Farm. Number 1, the D-backs. Cardinals in 2nd. 3rd, Mets. 4th, the Brewers. And in the 5 spot, the Rockies.
Well, some tough lineups right here to pitch against because a lot of power threats throughout the course of these lineups, and they look for a pitch they can drive, and when they get it, they can take the beat.
And this at bat already 0-1. First pitch was a strike.
1 out right here, up by 2 in the inning. You want to limit base runners and make plays. Try to eliminate the lead runner, but get outs if you can.
And that's another foul ball. Fastball got him 2 down.
Now up to the plate.
You've got to have real plate discipline in that. With 2 strikes, you need to be defensive and try to make contact. When you get a fastball, you need to read whether it's a strike.
And in the batter's box is Quintanilla. Grounded out his last time through. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Well, offensively here in the 7th inning with 2 outs, you cannot just lay down here and say, well, we'll start it off next inning. You got an out left here in the 7th. See what you can do to generate one. Pick up 1 if you can, and then hope maybe that you can start to finish it off later.
This one's grounded meekly to first. And he'll step on first to retire the side. The kind of inning with defense.
Now up to the plate.
Leadoff Martin Prado. Take a look at what he's doing on these first pitch to hitters.
Does an 0-1 count?
0-1.
Well, sure does. 12 times today he's retired hitters after an 0-1 count.
0-1. Cologne kicks and delivers. Helped him out there. they are 0-2.
Look for the pitcher to try to expand the strike zone here. The hitter has to swing at anything close.
Struck him out. That's going to be 11 in the game.
These pitches complement one another. They work off of each other. And he used a tremendous sequence right there. 1, 2, 3, strikeout, see you later.
And it's Carlos Beltran. And Beltran, he drilled it. And goodbye, home run. And the Yankees have extended the lead. The 2-run lead is turned into a 3-run ball game after that solo shot and a great swing.
Partido no tiene
Yankees continue to score here, Jerry.
For the New York Yankees, Chart, second baseman. Number 15, Ryan Roberts.
First pitch to Roberts. Watches a changeup go by for strike one. Steve, going back to that home run, that is a very tough.
por innings, ¿ves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Estamos aquí en el 7. Todavía falta el inning 8 y el último inning. Si voy ganando, pues se acaba ahí en el noveno inning. Sí, 4 a 1. 4 a 1. Pero si voy perdiendo, también se acaba. Pero si hay empate en el noveno inning y los dos finalizamos las oportunidades, se juega el inning 10 y así hasta que se termine, hasta que uno de los dos equipos haga una carrera o
Obstacle now to overcome.
And the manager in the dugout's got to be thinking to himself, how long do I let this pitcher go? Is it time to get him out of it?
Colon with the delivery. Headed to the middle. And in there. 3 for 3 ball game.
A lot of times, where the Yankees sit down the ranking. Number 31. First in doubles, first in triples. They're also the #1 team in batting average, better than everybody else. Putting the ball in play, finding the holes to get base hits, and really the great depth of the line.
And Ichiro up.
When you have to wonder what was going on with Ichiro last year. First time in his career.
That swung out and hit. Young is there. 2 down here in the inning.
Now up to the plate for the New York Yankees.
And here he is. This is Chase Edlin. The opportunities continue for the Yankees. Roberts is on at first. First pitch, a sinker in there. 0-1. Now a moment to take a look at how this guy's been throwing in terms of quality strikes.
His approach against left-handed hitters has been fantastic. He's had success getting strikes inside and out against them.
Well, Johnny's had such success against the left-handers, you think he might attack the right-handers the same way, over the corners of both sides of the plate.
So he ended that happening with a strikeout. And with that right-hander warming up in the bullpen here, I'm not sure quite what they were thinking.
Well, with the left-handed hitter on deck, he's probably getting ready for hitters later in the lineup.
They'll pick up a run on the home run and add to their lead. Yankees working with a 3-run lead. And if you're just joining in, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Crunk bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. And in the batter's box, it's DeArnott. 0 for 2 thus far. Can't get him to chase it. That's low, ball 1.
Obviously getting late right now, Gary, and I think that from the pitching perspective, you'll trade out for a run at this stage of the game, understanding that for every out you get, you're closer to winning.
1-0 pitch, a sinker, swung on and missed, 1-1.
The hardest pitch to hit a home run on is that sinker ball. Why he's swinging that hard, who knows?
This one's grounded foul, wide of first. The 1-2 on its way. Strike 3 called on the fastball.
Right through the ladder with the fastball, and he just couldn't catch up to that high heel.
Rookie right fielder stands in. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. That one's swung on, hit in the air, deep to left field. He has to back up for it. He's away with the out.
Left fielder.
Like following the scoring reports, they moved the outfielders back before the play, and they were in exactly the right position to be able to make the catch. Good coaching.
And Young's in the box. 2 for 3 thus far. Sliders in there for a called strike.
Well, listen, this is still doable from the offensive perspective here. They're only down 3. It would be nice to have a little 2-out rally right here, pick up some runs, narrow this 3-run deficit. But understand, you can still...
That swung on, hit on the ground, and through for a base hit. He's now 3 for 4.
Now
Good
batting
day.
for the New York
Well,
Mets.
he's having a heck of a day so
Designated
far.
hitter,
Just
number
third in the
20.
game in this one. He just can't seem to find an answer for him.
And in the batter's box, it's Murphy. Had an RBI single his last time at the plate. The 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike.
A nice four-seamer right there. That one's clearly on the outside corner. He hit the spot.
He deals. Hit sharply towards the hole.
Now batting
0-1
for the New
mistake
York
right
Mets.
here. He throws it over the heart of the plate, and he pays for it.
Edwin
So, the opportunity
Encarnacion.
now.
Bueno,
Bueno, las 12 a 1, chaval. Ya uno se puede poner.
We'll go to Edwin Encarnacion. Golden opportunity right now for him and the Mets. First pitch to him. And it goes foul. Here's the pitch. Who did Encarnacion get that one? Goodbye, home run. The Mets tie the game. They were down by 3, just like that. A 3-run homer.
That's giving themselves a chance to win this one. They've tied it up now. Now if they get a big knock right here, they got a chance to take the lead and roll away with it.
Granderson, he'll foul it away. Here's the delivery. And it's 0-2. Granderson, short swinger anyway. We'll just look to contact here. Steve, big-time action here, boy. You talk about a fly ball that brought people to their feet. That one did.
Well, that's exactly right. Now the pitching has to be very careful because we've got a brand-new ball game.
And this is popped up on the left side. And there's McCann for the third out. They come up with 3 runs here and it's drawn even. Tie ball game in New York.
Now batting for the New York
Still the
Yankees.
Ellsbury to bat. Trying again here. It's 1 for 3 thus far. And the first pitch. It's hit foul by Ellsbury. Marcelo Colon now up in the count, 0-2. Let's take a look here at how he's been mixing up his pitches so far in this game.
Well, guys, I mean, that changeup is the pitch we've seen him throw quite a bit here today. But to me, he's thrown it a little bit too much.
You know, one of the things I've been noticing, he has not been throwing the slider as much as we're used to seeing it. It could be a tremendous weapon for him. We'll see if he leans on it more heavily later in the game because he needs to find some outs.
Gardner at the plate. Struck out swinging last time. Strike started off the at-bat 0-1. Nothing going for him tonight. He has yet to get a hit. 3 ABs against Colon.
Well, he swung right over the slider the last time up, and you better believe that when he gets 2 strikes, he's going to see that slider again.
Here's the pitch. Ball. Low for a ball to Gardner.
Oh, it's a great fastball right there, down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
Fouled off by Gardner. 1-2 pitch coming. Struck him out, and that makes 14 in this game.
Catcher,
Good,
number
great
34.
movement on this sinker ball. Sitting there waiting for the hitter exactly where he wanted it. Hitter opened up too soon, just didn't see it. He struck him out.
And it's Brian McCann. He singled his last trip. Ball 1 started off the at-bat. It's 1-0. Fastball low, 2-0. He watches that fastball. That goes by him for a strike, 2-1.
Hitters have to have great balance and be prepared for the pitch away. If you open up even a little bit, you can't catch up to that four-seam fastball on the outside corner.
Ball 3 misses, and it's full, 3-2.
Wow, he had some good bite on that one right there, but the hitter wouldn't chase it.
Back up the middle. And he's on. That's the go-ahead run.
Now let's take a look at Brian McCann and how he stands in the rankings right now. Numbered 6th in hits, 8th in batting average, and he also delivers in the clutch, driving in runs in the top 10 in RBIs in the league. He can do it all.
The sheriff is batting.
Strike 1!
It's 0-1 as he swings and misses with that fastball.
He needed to get that first strike in there, put the hitter on the defensive, and now he can be aggressive in the strike zone.
Swings, lines this one back up the middle.
Now back.
Well, this is not what you imagine when you go out to make a pitching change. You bring a guy in, put out the bullpen, and the Martin faces. Let's see if he can get out of this.
And the smart team hasn't had much success yet in this game. He's hoping to get something this time.
Well, managing is weighing risk and reward, and far too much of a risk to try to steal third base right here. I think they've got to just wait and replace the big hit.
Comes back with one in there at the knees, and it's 2-1. Looking at the numbers last year, he hit 246 against the Mets. Lays on that fastball. It's a called strike, 2-2.
Now 2 strikes on the hitter. They're a strike away from getting out of this jam with the game still tied.
He was able to ring up that K in this.
The back. For the New York
That's a critical moment in this.
Increíble. Después jugaré al final.
Pero